Next, Iai Kenpo, a slash and a flash. Nicholas is going to use an edgeless practice sword. Katsuse believes the essence of Iai Kenpo is drawing the sword to attack the moment one senses an intent to kill, even if the perceived threat is coming from a stranger. Sneak attacks and vendettas were common in the days of the samurai. Katsuse wants to retain that sort of high tension in his training.
We're practicing how to draw the sword step by step, but in reality, you would draw your sword and slash the moment you sensed an attack. You have to be ready at all times. Well, yes, because this is for real. I have to be prepared in case you decide to attack while talking to me. So go ahead, anytime.
Thrusting the tip toward the enemy demands balance.
The difference between Kobudo and modern Budo, or sports, is that Kobudo has no rules. In actual combat, you don't have the luxury of choosing your weapon. You have to make do with what you have. If you don't have a sword, you have to fight with whatever's available, even if it's just a stone. That's the sort of mentality you need. You have to be alert at all times and be aware of what you can use in a threatening situation. Yes, winning means surviving. Yes, that's what it's all about. If your opponent dies, you win. It's as simple as that. You survive. Survival is the ultimate goal of Kobudo.
The spirit of Kobudo survives in more than 300 schools across Japan. Each maintains a distinct style of its own. Some emphasize actual fighting techniques, while others concentrate on preserving the kata forms and passing them along. Still other schools emphasize the importance of Kobudo as a form of Japanese culture. A shrine in the city of Kashima is said to be the site where Kobudo originated. The shrine itself has a history that extends beyond 1400 years. Its deity is the god of Budo. Behold, the oldest sword in Japan. To protect the sword and the shrine, priests in ancient times became skilled swordsmen. Their distinctive sword technique has been preserved by the Kashima Shinto Ryu. It maintains a dojo training center right next door. Kashima Shinto Ryu carries with it many sacred rituals and ceremonies. A scroll handed down over the ages documents the techniques of swordsmanship developed hundreds of years ago. One characteristic movement involves pointing the blade towards oneself. It's called onken. Onken symbolizes the expelling of evil, greed, and distracting thoughts to purify the spirit before putting the sword to use. Their clothing also is a type of its own. It's said to represent the attire that ancient priests used to wear. Yasusada Okami is a master of Kashima Shinto Ryu. He says tradition continues to speak through the school to which he belongs.
Japanese martial arts are said to have derived from the Kashima Shinto Ryu. Kendo, for example, has become popular worldwide. But it can be said, and I think this is true, that the systematic foundations of Kendo were formed by our school. Japanese swordsmanship is traced to Kashima Shinto Ryu. And Kashima Shinto Ryu is intrinsically associated with Kashima Shrine. So we have a long and distinguished history. I'm very proud of this continuous tradition and the fact that we are the founders of Japanese Budo. I'd like to see the school grow even further.
While some schools and masters are keen on preserving traditions, some masters actually search for ways to adapt Kobudo to the more modern times.